up, James? Austin, how you doing? Chevrolet. Good evening. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Or bonsoir. I have no idea. I can't see the picture. It's too small. Oh, tiny. So anyway, when we moved to the suburbs back in 1965, or was it 66? I think it was in 66. We moved down here in 66, okay? Marshville was a very small town. It was a dirt road right up of Route 3. What's Route 3, you may ask? Well, the original dirt road that went from Boston to Plymouth and the Cape was Route 3A. That was a major route. That was actually an old Indian trail, believe it or not. Route 3A was an Indian trail going from Boston down to Plymouth. And they got replaced by Route 3, the big major road, Route 3. That was back in the 60s. But is what it is. And we became Route whatever. Still live in the Northeast. Still cold here. Yep, I hear you. Aaron, I asked about NEP the other day, and there wasn't enough time to get to it. Would you buy microshit at 380? No, not at all. This is the first time I've seen you since. All right, Aaron, Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft's a no. It's way overpriced for me. What are your thoughts on high-yield dividend stocks like Coney? Ooh, Coney. Wow, let's take a quick gander at Coney. C-O-N-Y. Coney's a no. Okay, Gobin Joby. Is that right? Gobin Joby. Okay, the reason why Coney is a no, it only has monthly options. Okay, I don't do monthly options because you just don't make enough money off of them. There's no consistency on a weekly basis. Monthly, yes. What is this leather top? Hey, this is my smoking jacket. Okay? It's my smoking jacket. When I'm cold, I wear my smoking jacket. I don't even smoke. And I got two of them. But anyway, yes, as soon as I warm up, I'll take it off. Sorry if it bothers you. Okay. So let's pick up with some of the stocks I picked up along the week, because we've got a new week coming up, week number 17, which is week number 4 for the quarter. Okay, there's 4 quarters in the year, 13 weeks per quarter, and tomorrow starts week number 4 for the year. Very Hugh Hefner, thank you there, sir. So all that being said, let's just get started. I noticed that Macy's 3 of May 19 call options are selling for more than double. Roscoe, that's absolutely correct. I still own Macy's. I have no problem holding on to Macy's. Okay? Now, that being said, let's go take a look at some of my favorites. Hey, we'll take a look at Macy's, because Macy's is one of my favorites. Macy's, starting off the day with Macy's. Thoughts on Caterpillar moving forward? Earnings are this week. Interesting. Is Caterpillar on our list for this week? Hey, Doc. Oh, Doc, we never got together with that, what do you call that damn thing? Caterpillar. Yeah, C-A-T. Oh, Caterpillar. Dividend was Friday. Why didn't we take a look at Caterpillar? This is the first time we've taken a look at Caterpillar for quite a while. They had its dividend on Friday, so no point in looking at it now. Sorry, WH, there's no point. Because look, the dividend was already Friday. It was Friday. We just missed it. Oh, Yamaguchi. Well, good evening. Did you check your mailbox? Rocking the smoking jacket. Yep. First Energy. Howdy, Al. Hey, Al's here. We can officially start. Al's in the building. Woohoo! Way to go, Al. 14 days out. April. Yeah? Nope. Woohoo! Alrighty. Okay. What you do if you get SY? I have no idea what it means. Not in state. Well, imagine that. That probably answers the question. Off grid. Well, probably. All right. We're taking a look at Macy's. So let's take a look at Macy's. Sorry that we missed. Hey, LA Soundwave checking in. Way to go. All right. So let's take a look at Macy's. Why? Well, because I like Macy's. First Energy 14 days out from dividend. First Energy, you actually got to give me the ticker symbol for me to take a look at it. Okay, because First Energy, it doesn't pop into my head. Now, certain stocks I know are off the top of my head. The ones I don't follow and don't fit my criteria, FE, yeah, it's a no. How do you like that? That was quick, wasn't it? It's a monthly. What does that mean? That means there's only monthly options available. So my criteria is never buy a stock you don't want to own long term. Number two, never sell at a loss. Number three, rule number three, make sure it has 20 years of dividends. Rule number four is weekly options. Weekly options, not monthly options. This is monthly options. That's a no. Sorry. Thank you. You're welcome. So let's go back to Macy's. M, because I know Macy's has monthlies, weeklies. All right. So here's Johnny. Let's go. Tell him Johnny what he's won. Woohoo! All right, here we go. A year ago today, Macy's was at 17.18. Okay, a year ago today, 17.18. The bottom of the year was in the middle of November, around 10.56. She finished out the year at 19.30. All right, so the last 90 days, let's go to the 21st, right there we go. 90 days ago, okay, look at this, we had a double bottom for the 90 days. Okay, the 19th, the 20th, I don't even have to look because I've done this so many times. The 19th, 90 days ago, and then the 29th, right there, okay? Then we go on up to the 90-day high. I love 90 days. Look at the movement. Up, back, up, back, up, back, up. Ooh, back that one. Oh, remember this big gap right here? I actually owned it when that big gap came in. It's like every once in a while, have a terrific night. Look up and wave. Remember my ladies' cave you built for me. Wow. Seasonality is crummy for Macy's. Yeah, well, I want to be out of Macy's by the end of the week. You know, by the end of the week. All right, by the end of this week. Why? Well, let's take a look at the season now. Would you ever sell options 2 weeks out if it was more than double? Well, of course. It's Roscoe, it's always about the numbers. Okay, so if I can get 1% this week, okay, fine. If I can get 2% for this week and next week, yeah, that's fine too. All right, so let's look at the last 30 days. 30 days, here we go. 30 days ago, check it out. 30-day high. What do you get when you get a 30-day high? 30-day bottom. Okay, we got a double 30-day bottom. A little bit of retracement, back down again, and here we are challenging that 30-day bottom. Now, what about NWL? NWL. All right, we'll take a look. Take a gander. Take a gander at it. Husky Tusky. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at the numbers. The numbers are over here. Sometimes it's hard to, to figure out because I'm going backwards and I got to know where it is without having to turn around. Hey, look at that. Wade showed up. All right, and all you guys said Wade wasn't going to show up tonight. Bubba, what you do if you get the stock called back? Okay, Bubba, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. Okay, so I buy the stock and I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me for the same amount of money I paid for it, hoping to collect a 1% premium. If the stock gets called away, you might have the terminology incorrect. Called away, that means they buy it from me on Friday or Saturday, because the options actually expire on a Saturday, not on a Friday. That's a good thing, because then I'm back in cash on the following Monday, and I get to do it again with a different set of stocks. Because remember, my list changes every single week. Ninja Mousy. Anyway, 30 days ago, we were at the 30-day high, 2160. Okay, it took about 2 weeks to get to a double bottom at 1832. That was on the 4th and the 5th of April. Okay, she goes 4 days up, 3 days back, 3 days up, and 1 day back. Okay, so it's really not that bad because it's kind of going like sideways, kind of, the channel between the high and the low. Okay, so fine. So let's take a look at the numbers. So if I buy it tomorrow morning, oh, wait a second. Hold it. let's take a look at seasonality, because somebody did mention something about seasonality with Macy's, and they're right. Look at the drop. Okay, she goes sideways, up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back. Look at this right here. Okay, this is what we're coming into, this little downturn right here. So let's zoom in. For those of you guys who don't know, the blue line is this year. This is this year. This is what the stock is doing this year. The red line represents 10 years worth of data. That's 10 years from January 1st to December 31st. 10 years. I will do that. I should probably give them a buzz. Anyway, that being said, let's take a look at what we can expect by historical performance. It doesn't mean that's what it's going to do. It just means what has it done? What has it done in the past couple of weeks for the upcoming weeks? Let's see what seasonality says. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to pull it out a couple of weeks. Okay, so here we are. 1 week is a 26th, which is right there. That's basically sideways. After that, oh, you love the outfit tonight? That's my smoking jacket. Happens when it gets a little chilly. Say we're up here in the Northeast, and then the Northeast gets a little chilly. Oh. So from there, look at, for the next week, from tomorrow until Friday, it's basically going to go sideways. But what happens next week? You know, not the week coming, okay? Because the week coming is week number 4. Okay, week number 4 for the second quarter, or week 17 for the year. Okay, but week 18, look, goes to the downside. Then look at week 19. Yeah, no thanks. I want to be up by this Friday on my Macy's. Okay, so that being said, let's see what we have in store for tomorrow. Okay, so Macy's. I have Macy's at 1965. Let's open this up. Okay, see that right there? 1965. I got 3,700 shares at 1965. Yep. Do you have 9 to 5 or just stocks? Oh, buddy, I retired. I retired, I think, in October last year. So I haven't been retired that long. This is the way I'm going to spend my retirement. I'm building an empire for my grandson, because my kids don't care about money. Isn't that weird? That's weird. Okay, so that's that account. Hold on, let's look at the other accounts. Here we go. Macy's, 1956. Okay, so I got 1985 in one account, 1956 in this account, 1973. All right, so I got it in 3 positions here. Okay, so 1956, 1965, and 1985. Okay, 1965. Okay, so, all right, it is what it is. So let's look at the numbers. Okay, so 1875, I got the 1950. I'm going to do the 1950s. Ah, damn. It's only worth 14 cents. Do you shop at Macy's? I do. They are empty all the time. Yeah, well, hopefully their online sales are much better. What do you think about Tesla stock? All right, I don't do Tesla stock. Tesla does not pay dividends, so that's a definite no for me. What did you do for work prior to retirement? I did a lot of things. I owned a manufacturing company. I did, what do you call it? Service industry. I was like a server. I was like a banquet server. Get your card, but huge. Okay, what do you think about trading futures? I love trade. Yeah, all right, Al, squirrel. All right, let's get back to where I'm supposed to be. That being said, okay, so I'm in, and I got to take a look at the 1950s. So I'm going to be selling at 1950 tomorrow, and I'm hoping it opens higher than the 14 cents. 14 cents is less than 1%. However, if you buy it, okay, or if I buy some more tomorrow morning at the current price, 1875, and I sell the 1850s, yeah, I'd get more than 1%. If I sell the 19s, yeah, I'd get more than 1%. But where I'm at 1965, I'm selling the 1950s, and I'm going to get not 1%. All your favorite shops. Okay. Follow the live creator. Well, thanks for that. Doc, does Thinkorswim show you the dollar cost average price that you paid overall? Yes, Doc. Let's go back and I'll show you. Okay, so go back to here and fill up Macy's. View trades. Okay. I first bought, if you take a look at the top one, okay, top one, I bought it 4 times. Top one, then I get dollar cost average. The first time I bought it, it was 1988. Okay, a dollar cost average down to 1855. Then I bought some more at 1949, and I even bought some more at 1978. So my dollar cost average is down to 1965 at this moment. Okay, so 1988, 1855, 1949, and 1978. It's kind of like all over the place, isn't it? Well, because the premiums are just so damn good. So I'm thinking, hear me out here. If I do the 19s, that's 19 and a quarter. All right. Yeah, because if I do the 1950s, that's 1964 if it goes over 1950. That's what I probably should do. Okay, because I don't want to lose. And if I sell in the money, then I'm taking the chance of losing. And I don't want to do that. So I'm really hoping that tomorrow the 1950s are a little bit higher. That being said, let's move on to the next one. All right. The next one would be Wells Fargo. I hope they scoop up your 1950s so they take my 20s. Secretariat. Sorry, dude. Sorry if you got it at 20. 20's at 6 cents. Ooh. But hey, you know what? You buy a decent stock, hold on to it for a while. You just don't know how long you're going to hold on to it. Because you just don't. The idea is to buy a good company. I got no problems with Macy's. They've been in business for over 100 years. Okay, we all know who Macy's is. All right. And better than that, they've increased their dividends every single year for 50 years or more. I don't know the exact number, but I know they're a dividend king, and it ought to be a dividend king. 50 years minimum of increased dividends. Okay? That being said, I'm pretty much okay with it. And what's up, bro? Hey, Seven, you're back. Oh, I hope you're being nicer tonight than you were on the previous nights, dude. Really. Because it's really not that difficult of a scenario we got going here. I take a look at stocks, read the numbers, and see how it looks. Giuseppe, what's your thoughts on a Roth account? Do you like the idea of it? Me, I have it and I like it. Well, the nice thing about Roth is you don't have to pay taxes. You're paying with after-tax money. And anything you make, okay, now I'm saying hypothetically because I don't trust the government as far as I can throw them. If they find a way to screw you in a Roth, they will. Okay? You're safe at this moment in time under the current legislation that they have now. However, who's to know what they're going to do in 5 or 10 years? They promised they would never tax Social Security, but they are. They said they would never tax the retired, but now they are. How much do you make monthly off TikTok? Oh, trust me, dude. I'm on here for 3 hours and I make a whopping 35 cents a night. I do not talk about I don't make anything off TikTok. Okay, off-grid, have an acceptable evening. Well, acceptable evening. Is Social Security a scam? It wasn't originally. Okay, originally it was a great idea until you let the government dip into it. Okay, Social Security is supposed to be its own entity. Left alone, out of government little sticky fingers. They like to spend money that ain't theirs. Okay, well, let's borrow the money from Social Security. We'll pay it back, I promise. Yeah, bullshit. Don't trust those people as far as I can throw them. Blow off top. I have no idea what that means, Seven. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. That being said, all right, we looked at Macy's. Fine. I live Dr. Fauci. Well, good for you. I wish the limit for the Roth was 10K a year. Well, Giuseppe, there's a lot of information that you're not, there's a lot of information you don't know. And just my humble opinion, if you're really worried about how much you can put into your trading account, how much you're going to be taxed, how much you can make, how much you can, all that stuff, best bet is talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner to help you out. All in. I have no idea what that means, Seven. Because the little things you guys are printing, they pop up so fast and they go from one person to the next to the next to the next. So what makes sense to what you're saying, okay, 7 in particular, sometimes I have a difficult time following the conversation because the conversation that you're having, okay, I'm missing some of the parts. Okay, all in, I have no idea what all in means. All right, let's move on. The next stock we're going to be looking at is Wells Fargo, WFC. WFC. Oops. WFC. There we go. All right, so Wells Fargo. Oh, I'm going to have to say no to Wells Fargo. Okay, even though the number looks great. Look at the number. Do you limit oil stocks might shoot up this year, long term or midterm? Okay, Jose. I don't pick stocks by industry. Really, I don't. I pick stocks, excuse me, by when they pay their dividend. That's it. If it's a good stock, I will put it in my roster. All right, Wade. Wade. Many people have hard time completing a sentence. Yeah, I know. It's challenging. Best thing I can suggest is join the morning group. That way you get to have an open conversation with me and I can actually answer questions as they pop up. You know? Would you cost average into WBA now? All right, wait, Al, I'm about to go and tell you why WBA is a no. I mean, did you say WBA? Oh, we'll take a look at WBA in a second. Right now, we're looking at Wells Fargo. Okay, Wells Fargo is going to be a no. Now, the number looks good. 60.25. I can buy it 60.25. Look at what the 60 is going for. $1. That's over 1%. But, look at right here. It's at an all-time high. So that's a no. Could you do ticker TSMC? TSMC. Oops. TSMC. SMAC? Never heard of it. TSMC. Yeah. That's a no, dude. Sorry. Doesn't even pop up. TSMC. Yeah. Yeah, I put it in right. It's not an actual ticker symbol. All right, that being said, let's take a look at WBA. WBA. Answer the question. Okay, Al, we got WBA. All right, 1824. Ooh. Ooh. Let's take a look at it, Mr. Al, because I like the numbers. Look at the number. 1824, okay? The 18s are going for 47. The 1850s go for 21. They're both over 1%. All right, well, let's take a look at the chart. I'm starting to get warm now, so we can take this thing off. Gotta stay warm up here in New England. Does this guy only answer certain people? I asked a certain question each time he skips over it. Hey, Bruce Stevens. This is the first time I've seen this name, so I'm not quite sure. And I don't skip over people. I do them as they come up. User Todd Ray. I think he means TSM. 127, the 126, 127. Ooh, TSM, interesting. Okay, I'm going to write TSM down. We'll take a look at it. TSM, because we were talking about WBA at the moment before we got interrupted. But TSM, the numbers look good, so we'll go take a look at that one in a little bit. Alex, can I see your process? Yep. Sean, I apologize. Okay, Sean, I don't know what you're apologizing for. Bubba, you heard of poor man's covered call? Yes, I have, Bubba, but I don't cover it here in this topic or this strategy because the poor man's covered call. It's an awesome strategy. It really is. But the strategy I teach here is safer, number one. It's easier, number two. And it's the easiest one to qualify, number three. Okay, it's simple, it's safe, it's easy. A poor man's covered call is a little bit more complicated, and you have to qualify to be able to do it. Okay, and I don't share that with people unless they make, this strategy right here for at least 6 months. But let's answer Al, because Al wanted to know would I double down on WBA, which is Walgreens, if you guys didn't know that. What is this strategy called? This is dividend capturing 2.0, because we're using the dividend for a signal when to buy. So we buy it 2 weeks before that. How long would you hold Ford? I would have to take a look at the numbers first, because Maja Patel, is it Mani? Oh, Mani Raj Patel. It's all about the numbers. Okay, so I look at the numbers 2 weeks before the EX date. If it works, great, I'll buy it. I'd like to get out within 1 week. 2, I hate to go to 3, but I like to be out within 1 or 2 weeks. I don't like holding anything, because once you start holding things, the premiums start to go down. After the dividend is paid, the premiums go down. That's what I'm finding out, historically speaking. But we're still going over WBA. What is the longest you've ever held? 9 months. Christine, 9 months is the longest I've ever held anything. Nod Knight and from Colombia. Speak English, Zuzu. Oh. Okay. No hablo inglés. Muy piquito. All right. Anyway, let's look at WBA. D. Do you just buy before the dividend, collect the dividend, and sell? Well, that's one part of the strategy. Another part of the strategy is to buy before the dividend, collect a premium, which is usually higher than the dividend, and then get out and not go into the dividend. Because after the dividend is paid, the stock has a tendency to go down. Yes, Mrs. Muy Piquito. Oh, see. All right. Can't help you out with that one. All right, so let's go back to WBA. And the question on topic at this moment in time. Now, Al, you got to let me know what you have WBA at this moment, because right now it's going for 18.24. So let's go through the numbers as if we were going to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, because I like Walgreens. Really, I do. Now, a year ago today was the high of the year for Walgreens. That was 35.55. Hold on, let's move this out of the way. Okay, the high of the year, way over here, and it goes sideways a little bit, drops down, and then it keeps on going. Okay, so that being said, okay, the high of the year was 35.55. The bottom of the year was actually this week. All right, you're in at 22.50. And how many shares do you got at 22.50? And do you have a money available to dollar cost average down, DCA, dollar cost average down? That's up to you. That's you, Wade. Okay, I was asking Al, but that's okay. Just 100. Okay. Al, I have WA at 19.20 in one account, 21 in another. Okay, so it's 19.24. Okay. Now, at 18.24 and you're at 19.12, that's only going to bring it down to about 18.75. That's not that big of a drop. But the 21s, that would bring it down to about 19. A little over 19. If it was a 50-50 split, like if you have 1,000 shares, you buy another 1,000. Okay, that would bring it down a little bit. 600 and 1,000. I don't know, Al. It might be a possibility to just pick another stock and just wait this one out, because it's Walgreens, okay, and it's actually at the bottom for the year. Okay, so it might be time to do a little bit of research. Why is Walgreens at this point? Okay, is there something we need to research a little bit better? But let's finish taking a look at the numbers, and maybe that might help out a little bit. So the high of the year was 52 weeks ago, 35.55. The last 90 days. 90 days ago, we opened up at 22.06. The 90-day high was 23.77. Okay, the last 30 days ago, I need a cough drop. I'm not used to talking so much. So, 30 days ago, okay, you ready for this? All right. 30 days ago, we opened up at 20.55. The 30-day high was 22.05. Okay, now here, what happened? It dropped, okay? A little bit of pullback. It dropped again. Now, I would love to see another update tomorrow because you have one update here. You got 5 days. You got a 5-day bottom, okay? 5 days. Let me read them. Okay, the 15th of April, 1754. 1764, 1763, 1751, 1756. That's a quintuple bottom. That's a 5-day bottom. Okay? And Friday was an update. Okay? She actually went higher than the last week. So that's a good sign. I would personally like to see an update tomorrow. Audubon call premiums dried up last week on WBA. Yeah, more than likely. Let's go back to when WBA is going to have its dividend. WBA. (16th of February). So my assumption would be that's in the 3rd week of May. Is that correct? Oops. The 3rd week of May. Now there's something we didn't know. Al. Now, I know this says May 2023 only because I own it also. We see this week. I'd wait a little bit, and I don't plan on losing, hopefully. Well, Secretariat, here's the thing, okay? We are in the last week of April, okay? So let's go back one. Okay. We're in the last week of April, okay? If we're going 2 weeks out, right? WBA is going to be on the list next week, okay? Because look where it is. We're looking at stocks right now for this coming week, okay? The 2nd week of May. Okay, next week, we're looking at the 3rd week of May, and there's WBA right there. Dividend stocks have a tendency to go up before the dividend. That's right around the corner. F, hi. Can I ask you what are your thoughts on a dividend stock? I love dividend stocks. I bet a dollar cost average in. Well, I would wait 1 more week. Okay. However, let's go back to the chart again. Okay, here's a 30-day high. Okay, your 30-day high is here, right? Yet your profit taking here. Okay, then here's your bounce. Again, profit taking, and here 5 days in a row, all right about the same price. Okay, and Friday was an up day. 1 more day comes to 2 up days. That's perfect to jump in at. Okay, that's a perfect time to get in. Look at it. I like 2 days to the upside. So if Monday's an up day, yeah, it might be good to dollar cost average tomorrow. That would drop you down from wherever you are down to where it is now. Right now it's at 1824. Okay, and the 1824s, 47 cents. Hold on, let's do some math because we like math. Clear. Okay, if I buy tomorrow at 1824, analysis rate it as a hold. Okay, yeah, but analysis rates it as a hold. Those are people that buy and hold for a long period of time. That's not what we do. We look for small opportunities to grab 1%. Thank you very much, and move on to the next stock. You buy the stock and sell the call. Exactly, Bubba. Okay, so let's take a look what the numbers look like at 18. Because if you buy it at 1824, right, and then you sell the 18s, we're going to collect 47 cents. Okay, so 47 cents, but we're losing 24 right off the top. Subtract 24 cents, give us a profit of 23 cents. Now we divide that by the 18 we just purchased that, divided by 18, and that comes to a grand total of 1.27, which is almost 1.33%. So if you buy it tomorrow morning, or if I buy it tomorrow and I dollar cost average on, hey, more over here on Instagram. How you guys doing over on Instagram? All right. If I dollar cost average down, the 18s is going for a halfway decent price. But once you dollar cost average down, you got to double check the numbers. Okay? Now, they got the dividend coming up in 3 weeks. Now, we like jumping in at 2 weeks, but the buying opportunity, depending on where it opens tomorrow, let's move this over. Depending on where it opens tomorrow, okay, you got a 5-day bottom, 5 days in a row. Fascinating football videos. How you doing? Okay, you got a 5-day bottom right here. See, it's not going any lower. If it was going to go lower, it would. See, we have the buyers and the sellers. We decide at what point the bottom is and what point the top is. Because when it goes to the top, if it was worth more than this, we would pay more. All right? Now, if it was going to go below this, we would stop buying at this price. But no, we are holding tight. We, the buyers, are holding tight at this price because we don't think it's going to go any lower. What am I looking at? I am looking at WBA, which is Walgreens. Okay, that being said, that's just my thought. Okay, so that's Walgreens. Okay, me personally, I would wait to see what it opens at tomorrow. I would love to see a second day to the upside. Because once you get a 30-day top, you got your profit taken to your 30-day bottom. Okay, there's the top, here's the bottom, plain as day. 1 day to the upside. I like 2 to the upside. It kind of gives me an idea that it's turning around going the other direction. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. You shouldn't listen to me. You should do your own research. Ask yourself a question. Do I like Walgreens? Okay, number 1, never buy something you don't want to own long term, because you just might have to. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Now, I applaud you guys for not selling at a loss, because Walgreens is going to continue to give you a return every week. Okay, all depends, because you're looking at it every day. Okay, you look at it every day. It only takes you 5 minutes. So what's it at today? Oh, what's it at today? Where am I at? You should know exactly where you are. Now, you know where your positions are. Okay, then you ask yourself, do I like Walgreens? Do I mind holding it? Okay, will I sell the the 19s or the 1950s and collect a 0.5% or a 1/4% rather than nothing? Or you can go 2 weeks out. Okay, go 2 weeks out, and the 1950s are going for 9 cents, and the 19s are going for 20. Okay, it all comes down to the numbers. Don't you hope it goes down tomorrow? No, I don't. Why would I want it to go down? Okay, I like to see a 30-day top, because a 30-day top tells me that the buyers have decided that that's too much money. Okay, that's too much money right there. So I'm going to take profits. So I take my profits. Now it's at the bottom. Okay, if it was going to go lower, it would. It hadn't gone lower in 5 days. You have 5 days all in the vicinity. If you buy the stock and sell the call, you are short the put. Lincoln, no, you got that wrong, dude. Sorry. Okay, I buy the stock at this moment in time. It's at 18.24. Okay, I would sell the 18s, giving someone the right to buy it from me at 18, which is higher. Actually, it's lower than what I paid for it. But here's the thing: I collect the premium, and if the premium, once you subtract the deficit, is higher than 1%, I think it was 1.3, wasn't it? Yeah, 1.27. That's close to 1.3. I'm okay with 1.2% for the week, because at the end of the year, that's more than 50% a year. And the put, I don't do puts. Okay, if you buy the stock and sell the call, are you short the put? No. Shorting the put is totally different. Okay, and this strategy, I do not put puts in the equation anywhere. Okay, so for those who don't know, this trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. This strategy was created for my daughter because she wanted to know what I was doing. I was trading stocks. Okay, so it had to be simple. It had to be safe, it had to be predictable, it had to be consistent, and there's no way she could lose. Those are the 5 criteria that I had to meet when I created this for my 9-year-old. Okay, fight for freedom. Hey, back again. How you doing? So, Maggie Medal. Medal? Bonjour, Maggie Medal. Okay, so that being said, it had to be simple, it had to be safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. That's what I had to overcome when I created this. So, here are the rules. Okay? The rules are never buy something you don't want to own long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the stock has 20 years of increased dividends, weekly options, and make sure the numbers work. Now, Crown Art Customs, 1%. Well, 1% is 1%. And if you do 1% every week, that's 50%. So, if you have $500, 50% is $250. If you have $1,000, 50% is $500. If you have $100,000, 50% is $50,000. I was here yesterday and asked about UNH. UNH. UNH is a no. That's got me good. Okay? You just sell calls, no stock. You hold, whoa. Ants, no. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Buy a good quality stock. Sell an option against it, called a covered call. The safest and easiest trading strategy there is involving stocks and options. Okay, if I buy this stock at 501, I sell somebody the right to buy it from me at 500. Okay, basically the same amount I paid for it, and I collect a premium, which is more than 1%. IBM, 181. Ooh, nice. Cajun Queen, NVIDIA, yeah, no, the Cajun Queen. Sorry, the premium of the dividends just suck. They really do. I would not pay $900 for a $2 stock. I mean, for a $2. Hold on, what was it again? NVIDIA, NVDA. NVDA. All right, let's go back. All right, NVIDIA. Okay, so here's the thing with you NVIDIA fans. Okay, Cajun Queen. For you NVIDIA fans, the current stock price is $762. Yeah, well, Cajun Queen, I'm going to let you know now, it ain't a profit until you take it. And you missed your opportunity. Okay, it was at 250, last year. Then it jumped up to 950. Ain't a profit until you take it. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. And what I pay $762 for a stock that pays a 4-cent dividend. Hell no. Cajun Queen, I would hope you already gotten out. Well, you never know. Or what about Condor? Well, I know you're not talking about a stock named Condor. I don't know if there is one. Nope. But an iron condor? Yeah, no. I don't teach that strategy here. Okay? Now, condor is a complicated strategy and not what I taught my 9-year-old. Should I get out now? Cajun Queen, I cannot tell you what to do. Okay? I have no idea what your plans are, and I don't tell people what to do. What I say is, if you're making money and you're okay with what you are doing, stick with it. That was a funny hell no. Nike. We looked at Nike last night. Sorry, Big Mac. RNA, I made 23%. Okay. RNA, no dividend. Why would I do RNA if it doesn't have a dividend? I mean, seriously, think about it. Here's a question for you. Okay? Cajun Queen. Let me ask you a question. If RNA goes down, how much do you make? It's an honest question, because RNA doesn't have a dividend apparently. So why would I buy it? Maggie Madal, IBM. And also, RNA is a monthly. I don't do monthlies. I just don't do monthlies. That's just not enough money. Old dog! Thoughts on PM? I like mornings better. Evenings are okay. EM, Philip Morris. 93. Ooh, the 94s are going for $1.55. Turn on battery saver. Oops, I missed it. I got $5. I got $5 left in it. I have no idea what that means. Thoughts on Philip Morris? Well, let's take a look at the numbers for Philip Morris.
I support them.
You support them? Yeah, you do. Philip Morris, a year ago, 97.75. The high for the year was a triple high. I love triple highs. Why? Because that's the buyers. That's us, the buyers. We're saying ain't worth more than that. 3 times we said it. Okay? Once here, once here, once here. 3 times, and it wouldn't go over that price. What does that mean? That's what's called resistance. Okay? Now, it happened 3 times. Beginning of May, middle of July, and middle of July. Okay, it just would not go over, what is that? 99.44. Okay? That being said, the bottom of the year was 87.23. Now, last 90 days ago, we were at 93.48. We got another double high again, 95.95. That was on the 12th and the 19th. Now, the last 30 days, look at that. 30 days ago, we're at a 30-day high. Last week, we had the 30-day bottom. So, here's my issue. All right? You got a 30-day bottom here, and you got 4 days to the upside. Good time to get in was 2 days ago. Okay? Now, it's not, because look at the big jump up it had on Friday. You honestly think it's going to go up for another 5 days? Because remember, okay, tomorrow is Monday. And if I buy it tomorrow, right, I would like to see it go up until Friday because I'm selling Friday's option. Okay, now the reason why I'm selling Friday's option because I want the cash flow. I really don't care if the stock goes up or down. However, 4 days to the upside, which means I'm looking for another 5 days. That's 9 days to the upside. Has Philip Morris ever done 9 days to the upside without profit taking? Well, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It just might do 9. You never know. The dividend's not until June. Well, then why are we looking at it now? Okay, so if you like Philip Morris, hey, that's up to you. But if the dividend's not until June, yeah, dude, that's week number 12. Okay, look where it is. That's week 12. We're going into week 4. Wait, week 4? Are we in week 4 or week 5? I forget. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going into week 4. IBM up for consideration this week. IBM. Yes, it is. Check it out. Week 2. Old dog. Here to help. Okay, IBM. Look at that. On the 9th. Okay, that's 2 weeks out. That's prime time. Let's take a look at IBM and see what the numbers look like. IBM. Interesting. Look at the chart. Okay. Okay. You high, you low. Where was it? Where is it? Okay. We had the high up here, and then we came back. I'm kind of interested to see where that goes. But before that, let's take a look at the numbers. 180, 158, the 182. Nice, almost $5. That's well over 1%. Let's see what the chart looks like. That was a nice pick there, Maggie. Mucho bueno, or merci beaucoup, mademoiselle. All right, anyway, let's take a look at the chart. Okay, so a year ago, IBM was at 125.59. The bottom, 120.38. Okay, finished up the year at 163.23. The last 90 days ago today was the 90-day bottom. Okay, here's the bottom, here's the top. There's where it was, and here where it is. Let's take a look. Okay, so 90 days ago was the bottom. I'm watching Ford, SLB, ADM, Schwab, and WBA for tomorrow. All right, Al, cool beans. Those are nice companies. I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to write Ford down. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, 90-day top. Okay, on the 12th. And that was 199.18. Okay. Hey, JAC? Huh? JAC. Cool. My daughter's name's JC, not JAC. JC. What are you teaching? I'm teaching dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week, which comes to 50% or more a year. That's what we're teaching. Okay, let's look at the last 30 days. 30 days ago was the 30-day high. I love 30-day highs. Where's the 30-day bottom? Thursday. 30-day high, 30 days ago. You have all this, get down, bump up, down, bump up, down, bump up, down, bump up, down. Look at where we are now. Friday was an up day. Okay? It's a higher low. It means a little bit on the higher side on Friday. I want to see where it opens tomorrow. Because if it opens tomorrow, let's take a look at seasonality, see where it normally goes. What do you think about REITs? I don't like them. Ray, sorry, don't like them. The numbers just don't work. Sorry. And the real estate boom is going to be a bust pretty soon. You can't continually go up, 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 up. You just can't do it. Okay? I like things that are safe and predictable. Hey, look at this. Michael is over. Mike, you're here and here. How many times are you going to sign in there, Mike? Low battery over here on YouTube. Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at the seasonality to see where IBM usually goes this time of year. Okay, so we're here. Okay, 1 week is the 26th, and then after the 26th, we're about right there. That's 2 weeks. Okay, this is what we're looking at for the next 2 weeks with IBM. Basically flat. I like that. Sorry, Ray, I just don't like REITs. The numbers just don't work. And again, I don't categorize my stocks by industry. I don't. I categorize my stock by when they pay their dividend. That's it. Hello, James. How are you? I am absolutely wonderful, TikToky. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, TikToky, or is it TikToky? I don't know. Tiki-tuki? I don't know. How do you pronounce that? Anyway, so I like that. I like the 1 year. I like the 90. I like the Valuetainment, Jimmy Barbecue Chavez. Okay. Thanks. This is Maggie from the morning group. Hey, Miss Maggie Medal. Alrighty. Halliburton this week. Well, let's take a look at it. Gaga to the moon. I have no idea what that means. I don't know if Halliburton is on the list for this week. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. All right, so I like IBM, the 1 year. I like the 90. I like the 30. And I like the seasonality. Okay, what about NVIDIA stock? I really got to stop that NVIDIA crap. Really do. Okay. Well, I wonder if I can do this. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this. No. All right, never mind. I can try that. JAC, for someone getting started, what should I look into? Do you have classes? Yes, I do. The numbers look okay for IBM. We're about to go with that right now, Austin. I was just answering for JAC. Nina Bina, cool name. What about SPY? No. Sorry, they don't pay dividends, so that's a no. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. IBM, I could buy it at 181.58. Okay, so the 180, the 180 is going for $6. I want to take a look at that one. $6. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so the 180. All right, if I buy it at 181.58, I'm losing $1.58. So I got to take that 6 1/4 premium that I'm collecting. Whoops. Where's my calculator? Okay. I take my, clear that, my 6 1/4 that I'm collecting, all right? I'm collecting 6 1/4. Okay, now I'm going to subtract the 158. Why am I subtracting the 158? Well, if I buy it, which is right here, 181.58, and I sell it at 180, it means I'm losing $1.58, right? Well, I got to take the $1.58 out of somewhere. I'm going to take it out of the premium, and the premium is 6 1/4. Okay, so we take 6 1/4 and we subtract 158, and that will give me my profit. My profit is $4.67. Well, what return is that? I'm going to divide it by the purchase price. No. I'm going to divide it by the strike price. Okay? Divide it by 180. And that gives me 2.6%. Okay, Trader Mike, here's where I'm going to disagree with you. And hear me out on this one. Now, if I buy it at 181.58, what are the chances of it staying above 180 come Friday, as opposed to the 182.50? Now, if I'm getting 2.6%, see the number right here? 2.594. Okay, that's 2.6%. 2.6%. And this is IBM we're talking about. Okay? Now, the 182, well, let's see what that number looks like. Claire. The 182 is 495. 495. Divide that by 181.58, and that equals 2.72. But if it goes up over 182.50, you get the difference between the strike price and the purchase price. So you get a little bit more money. But here's the thing. The stock has to move up. Well, what if it doesn't? What if it stays right where it is? That's an interesting question. Okay, Maggie, I like the 180s also, especially with only one up day on the trend. Maggie, I like it also, but I would like to see it opening up tomorrow higher. Okay, IBM's great if it opens higher tomorrow, because this might be a glitch. You never know. I like 2 days to the upside. So IBM, I'm going to write that down so we actually take a look at IBM in the morning. Okay, I have to start a new page. Imagine that. IBM. Okay, so yeah, I like, here's the thing. At 182.50, yeah, you might get 2.7% and a little kickback if it goes up. But what if it doesn't go up? The 180 is giving you what was it again? 2.8, something like that. 2.7, 2.6, I don't know, something like that. But here's the thing. It's already at 181. Okay, so if it goes up, I make the money. If it stays the same, I make the money. The stock can even come down, and I'd still make the money. I would prefer to get in, grab the 2%, whatever it was offering me, and wait up the week, because it is easy for it to stay exactly where it is rather than going up. Still wearing the same thing, doing the same thing. Been 2 days. TM. Not necessarily. I got 6 of these shirts. You know, because I used to work there. Well, I still do work there, but I got 6 of them. Yeah, but I'm doing the same thing. I've been doing the same thing for 20 years, dude. It's called In the Money. Yeah, Bob, I know what it's called, but I don't know if everybody here knows what it's called. Okay, so it is what it is. It is in the money. Is in the money, at the money, and out of the money. If you really want to go into complex terminology, which could lose people, okay. 6, damn, you get comfortable. Well, I was wearing a shirt last week that I've had for almost 20 years. I haven't lost any weight or gained any weight in 40, 50 years. It's horrible. So anyway, that being said, I myself would do the 180s, but that's me. Okay, I don't tell people what to do. I tell people do your own research, figure out what works best for you. Okay, but I like IBM, and everybody. I think it's 117 people here. I would like to know. Hey, we got a couple people over on Instagram, a couple people on YouTube. I would like to know how many people here don't know who IBM is. That's an interesting question. I heard you YOLO'd AMC calls Odell far out of the money. I have no idea what YOLO means. AMC. I don't even think I bought AMC. AMC. Oh, hell no. I wouldn't do AMC at $3. And AMC doesn't have 20 years of dividends. Day to end. Yeah, okay. Whatever. You only live once. You only live once. Oh, you only live once. Oh, YOLO. Oh, I get it now. Maddie Babe, any qualifications rationale on if and when to sell options based on implied volatility? Maddie Boy, I believe we had this question, this issue before. Okay, you're asking. You don't get it. Yeah, it is what it is. You only live once. Okay, I get that part. Super saver mode. Yeah, turn on. I'm going to put on the super saver. Missed it again. All right, here's the thing. Okay, you're asking me things which I understand perfectly well. I really do. Yes, I'm asking if you have a clue. Yeah, Matty Boy, I do. However, you want me to interrupt or interject or change the strategy to suit you. Okay, now I have no problem whatsoever talking on a complicated scale, which could lose most people in the conversation. However, I like to walk the walk, talk the talk. If I'm telling you it is simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, why would I want to throw more stuff in there to confuse people? Okay, think about it. Really. I mean, seriously. You don't believe in fundamentals. Yes, I do believe in fundamentals. However, what you're missing, Matty Boy, is this strategy was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Now, if you want to get really complex, I can. However, I'm not teaching anyone anything. I'm explaining the trading strategy I taught my 9-year-old daughter. If you want me to get it complex, we'll lose half of the audience, and I have no desire to do that whatsoever. Number one indicator is the dividend date itself. That's the only indicator I have. I'm not missing anything. Well, actually, you are. Because this is my strategy that I taught my daughter, and you want me to change it so that you feel better about your situation. Randall Ray, how are you this afternoon? People not paying attention to what he's saying, pay attention and you'll learn about dividend. Okay, thank you. JAC, how much can you possibly get paid doing this strategy? Dividend date, yeah, Samby, correct, dividend date. JC, I make about 50% per year with this particular strategy. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent. And if you do it right, there's no way you can lose. Stonks Pamp at dividend date. I have no idea what that means, Samby. Is it better to use market or limit order? It really depends on the numbers. The chart behind you obtained where? This is from Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab. And it's free to download. JAC, I made almost 2% for 4 weeks now. All right. I don't know if that's 2% for 4 weeks, 2% a week. What's a dividend date indicator? Oh my goodness. It's not an indicator. It's a calendar. Okay. Can I get on the call tomorrow? Hey, Randall Ray, sure. I use TOS, which is Think or Swim, which is owned by Charles Schwab. Okay, perfect. I definitely like that it's children teachable. I homeschool, so I want to teach them. Well, I created it for my 9-year-old, and apparently some people want me to upscale it so they feel better about their education. Can you mirror your screen? Carl, yes, I can. However, I got 4 cameras going. So if I mirror my screen to make you feel better, it's going to throw my mind off. And my mind is scatterbrained enough as it is. I have ADD. I have no problem admitting that. So I have a tendency to lose battle. I lose focus if something doesn't look right. But you said it's only indicator you use. It is the only indicator I use. You follow it, YouTube? All right. Okay. So here you go. I forget who asked this question. The only indicator I use is the calendar. Okay. Here's the calendar right here. Okay. So the first week of May, I have these 3. The second week of May, I look at those. The third week of May, I look at these. The fourth week of May, fifth week of May, so on and so forth. That's the only indicator I use. The reason why it's the only indicator I use, because I've done all my research on my companies, and all the companies are grouped together. So I have over 150 companies I use. I would have no problem whatsoever buying and holding any one of them. That's how I come up with rule number 1. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. I have no problem whatsoever buying any one of these companies and holding on to them for a long period of time. But why? Ask yourself that question. If I buy Visa, UPS, Apple, Capital One Finance, any one of those, and I hold for a long period of time, what's the strategy you taught your daughter? Well, that's what I'm teaching right now. If I bought any one of these companies long term, why? Answer that question. Why? Why buy it and hold it long term? They pay a dividend every 90 days. Could you do this with a trading company? I don't know what you mean by a trading company. TFC, you up for consideration for this week? I don't know who TFC is, Maggie. TFC. Okay, Maggie, TFC is not announced its dividend yet, but no offense, but orbital fraction. Okay, you really want to get complicated. Now, when I say, correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? Because I don't know how intelligent your 9-year-old daughter is, but my 9-year-old daughter back in 08, if I say orbital fracture, I'm not quite sure she'd understand that. Are you close to Wall Street? Well, it depends what you mean by that. Trade under a trading company so profits go to the company instead of me personally. JAC, that's an awesome idea. However, I would suggest you talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner because I really can't answer that for you. But that's excellent thinking, because if you do it in a company and it's not personally, then you're taxed, if you're taxed at all, under the corporate structure, which is less percentage than it would be personally. But what do I know? Talk to a tax strategist or tax planner. Okay, Spamby, I appreciate you understanding that. Now, when I say this strategy was created for a 9-year-old, it had to be simple. It had to be safe, predictable, consistent, and no way she could lose. Now, once I change it, then I'm no longer true to the strategy. Does that make sense? I have been doing this method for 4 weeks now and getting close to 2% a week. Hey, love the hike. Mike, thanks for that. Best to do in a retirement account. Now, Apple, I can't tell you if that's true or not. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different plan, a different strategy, a different situation. Your best bet is to talk to a tax strategist or tax. Ooh, that was cool. Thanks for that. A tax strategist or a tax professional that can help you structure your personal trading to fit you, so you are comfortable with your obligations and your returns, however best suits you. Okay, now I always tell people talk to a tax strategist. They will help you. Okay, it is your duty to pay as least amount of taxes as possible legally. Okay, so do it legally so you're not in any trouble. Okay, any way whatsoever, and a tax strategist will help you out. Yes, I have a trading company now. I'm aware of the tax knowledge. Is there an ebook or a class? Yes, there is. That goes in depth. Yes, it does. Okay, so that being said, okay, up here in the bio right there, you have a link to my website, which is the10minutetrader.com. Do we have it up? No, we do not. The 10-minute trader, 10-minute trader, which is right here behind me. There you go. Those of you who don't know, this screen right here is being live broadcast on YouTube. Okay, this is the website, the10minutetrader.com. Okay, there's 2 quick little videos on how everything works. This little link right here goes to the live trading class. Okay, go down a little bit further. You can download a PDF, tells you how the strategy works. And then you have all these little dots here. See those? Okay, my YouTube channel, my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram, my podcast. I've been doing a podcast for over 4 years. Video flip. Yeah, Mike, that ain't going to happen. Okay, LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, all the books I've written, and live on YouTube. Okay, it's right there. Underneath that are all the trades that I have made this year. For those who don't know how to use a calculator. Okay, 2%, 1%, almost 3%, 2.9, 1.03, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Check the numbers yourself. I haven't posted this numbers yet. I'll do that probably later or first thing in the morning. One of those. Let's go back to the trading right here. Oh, I mean, it reads backwards. Yeah, Mike, I understand that. The reason it reads backwards is because I have 4 cameras. And if I change this one camera, the other 3 are going to throw me off visually. Well, thanks for answering my question the last few days. Preston, I don't know what your question was. Turn on battery saver. Okay, thank you for how much money would I be needed to get started. JEC, that's different for everyone. Okay, I cannot tell you how much to do. Really, I can't. Okay, you have to find out what works for you. Just to let you know, 98% of all my money is invested at all times. Why? Well, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I know what I'm doing. How much margin should I borrow? Now, Roscoe, you've been doing this for a while, so that is a conversation you need to have with either your wife, your significant other, your tax planner, your tax advisor, or whatever, because there are risks for doing margin. And I do not suggest people do margin unless you really know what you're doing. Now, Roscoe, you've been here for a while, so you have an idea. Okay? All right. Love to hike. JEC, you have to buy 100 shares of stock in order to do at least one contract. Okay, so let's go on to the next stock. What? Wait, you sell options or wait, you sell options? Yes, I do. Bag hold. I have no idea what bag hold means. Oh, love to get TFC, Truist Bank. Third quarter dividend was 6. Looks good for this week. Oh, Maggie, well, let's take a gander at it. Really? TFC. 36, 37, 37. Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at when does TFC? May. Interesting. Nice pick there, Maggie. Let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, nice. I buy them. I'll buy some off you at open. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way. Do you borrow up to your full amount of margin? I do, because I've been doing this for long enough. I know what to do. Yeah, really. I'm not bad even. Okay, Sampi, you can't really buy stock from someone. You can only buy it from the market maker. Unless I actually have the stock shares in my hand. Then you can physically buy them. What delta do you sell? See, you're new here. I can tell. Because when I say this was created for a 9-year-old, you're thinking that I taught my 9-year-old about the delta, the vega, the theta, and all that, all the Greeks. No. Okay, my 9-year-old was really not that bright at 9 years old. It is not accurate that minimum purchase is 100 shares to use this method. Well, that's correct. What do you think of RLLY? I don't. Oh. moves the markets? No idea. You have 100,000. What should you be good one to invest? Just suggest. Okay, really, Aham, I can't tell you what to do because I know nothing about you. I have no idea what you're thinking, what your risk factor is. I don't know anything about you, so I can't tell you what to do. I can't even suggest anything. I can just show you what I do. Is this buy or hold or live trading? This is actually live trading. Okay, so let's take a look at Truist. Okay, Tesla. No. Tesla for me is a no. I don't do Tesla. They don't pay dividends, so that's a no. Okay, JC, I like that. When it dips another 10%, alrighty. Hey, if it works for you, I don't tell people what to do. If you're doing something that works for you, stick with it. Okay, this is just what I do. This is what I taught my 9-year-old. Now, I have a whole bunch of different trading strategies, but this is the only one I share for free. Okay, it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent. What else do you want? 1% a week comes to over 50% per year. Only try to hold for a week. That's it. Love to hold. Okay, so let's look at Truist because I like the number. Look at the number. Okay, I could buy it tomorrow morning at 36.95. What is the closest strike price to 36.95? That would be the 37. The 37 is going for 77 cents. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but that's over 1%. Okay, so let's take a look at the chart and see what it says. Alrighty, so here we go. A year ago today, we opened up at 33.17. Okay, the bottom of the year was 27.95, and that was the beginning of May. Okay, beginning of May was the low, was the bottom of the year. Okay, so we ended up the year at 36.68. Okay, last 90 days. Okay, so 90 days ago today, I'm a Facebook mod, over 780,000 accounts in investing groups. Well, awesome. Good for you. All right, 90 days ago today, it opened up at 36.20. Okay, the bottom of the 90-day period was the 13th of February. That's the day after Fat Tuesday. TY, talked to you yesterday. TY, what is that? Talk you to, I have no idea what that means. Okay, so bottom of the 90-day period was on the 213, which was the 13th of February. How do you calculate percentage return? I'm new compared to you. Okay, maybe. Okay, but eventually you'll get to 60 also. You calculate your return by taking your profits and you divide it by your investment. Okay, so if I make a $2 profit, how much did the stock cost me? Okay, we're going to get that in a minute, right? So let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago was the 30-day bottom. Check this out. We have a double bottom. Okay, 30 days ago was a bottom, and Wednesday was a bottom also. Okay, so let's take a look. 30 days ago, the bottom was 35.06. Did you know the Wall Street Bets admins are scammers? Of course I did. Hey, Papa Jeff, how you doing? Okay, 30 days ago was the 30-day bottom, all right? 2 weeks later, we're at the 30-day top. Okay, now that was 3/28, the end of March. Okay, there's a little bit of pullback, and it jumped up again, and it challenged that 30-day high at 39.23. Okay, so how much do you have to pay in taxes on your capital gains? Caesar, that's like going to a Rolls-Royce dealer and asking what kind of gas mileage the car gets. Really, if you have to ask that question, you're in the wrong category. Okay, now we have 30-day high here, 30-day bottom. So you got 30-day bottom, 30-day high. You got your profit taking, a 30-day challenge, okay, 30-day high challenge, and a 30-day bottom challenge. Now, we got 3 days up. Hello, sir. What are you trading here? We're trading dividend stocks that have weekly cash flow using a covered call. 15% if bag hog over a year. I have no idea what that means. If bag hog. I'm assuming 15% if you're holding over a year. Okay, yeah, I don't hold anything. Longest I've ever held anything was 9 months. Longest I ever held anything. And percentages on your taxes, that's really stuff you need to have a conversation with a tax planner or a tax strategist. Now, I've been having talks with a tax strategist. I'm trying to get her online. Now, she was an actual IRS agent, and she loves this stuff. However, I have to have a conversation with her to see how and if we can do collaboration together. I think it would be cool. I'd like to get a program together that we can actually agree upon. Tony does what? Hey, Tony, back again. All right, so option income is taxed as short-term gains. Yeah, I'm aware of that. That would be cool. Yes, it would. But you have one ego trying to communicate with another ego, and that's always challenging. Okay, because I know my topic, she knows her topic. How do we get together and come up with a totally new project together that helps out her and help out her clients and helps out my clients? Oh, Big T, stop that. All right, so here's the challenge we have with Truist. All right, Maggie, here's the challenge. 30 days ago, we had a 30-day bottom. It jumps up to a 30-day high. Great, love it. Get your profit taken, back up to another 30-day top. You know I watch you regularly. Yep, Tony, I know that. Okay, and then we come down here. Look at this, 30-day challenge to the bottom. Great, now you have 2 days to the upside. Whoops, by the way, 2 days to the upside. That's great. Awesome. So let's take a look at seasonality first. What does it normally do this time of year? Okay, normally this time of year, okay, we're here right now at the 19th. 1 week is going to be the 26th. Okay, and 2 weeks will be the 4th or 5th. Okay, so 1 week out is the 26th, and then another week out right there. All right, so she can go up a little bit, okay, for the next 2 weeks. I like that. Okay, so I like the 1 year, I like the 90, I like the 30, and I like the seasonality. And we already know that the numbers work. So let's take a look exactly what the numbers look like. Okay, so tomorrow morning, you got a little bit of a challenge. Here's the challenge. Look at the market went up on Friday. That's not an average up day. Okay, your average up day is a little bit on the other side. You know what I mean? The little bit smaller gains. But look at the big gain on Friday. What platform are we using? Thinkorswim, which is part of Charles Schwab. Okay. There might be profit taking. I don't know. Okay, so there might be profit taking. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to see that. All right, that being said, I want to do this with 3M. Okay, we'll take a look at 3M. Hold on a second. Do you think it would work? Well, here's the thing. You got to ask yourself a couple of questions. Question number one is, do I like the stock? Do I want to buy it? Do I want to own it? Are you in the Thinkorswim platform? Use this Facebook group? No, I'm not. Join us. I'm the admin. Interesting. I need to watch you on the big screen instead of my tiny phone. Well, Tony, I told you this before. This here is able to go on your computer, on YouTube. Oh, you know, it'd be really cool if you have a smart TV, okay, and you have, I don't know, can you watch live YouTube on your television? That's an interesting question. Ooh, that would be cool. All right, I would sell the 36 and a halves, okay, secretary, and make the 30 to make the 2. Okay. Main admin is old school. and knew the market makers. Cool, 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 cool. So if you could watch live on your television set, this is actually being live streamed on YouTube. So you could lay there on your couch on your big screen TV and watch it. Interesting. I know the industry for 3M, and I like the stock. Brittany Grant, cool beans. The Blue Collar Scholar Insider, I have no idea. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. You can port it over in most devices. Interesting. That is cool. It's kind of like having my own TV show on YouTube. Oh, that's awesome. I happen to use 3M tape a lot today. Well, alrighty. We're going to take a look at 3M second. But let's finish going over Truist first, okay? Okay, I get sidetracked. And I told you guys I have ADD, and I get sidetracked really easily. Okay, let's take a look at TFC and look at the numbers. All right, so currently it is at $36.95. Oh, check it out. The bid and the ask. So how's Macy's for next week? All right, Wave, we did take a look at Macy's earlier. Big P-boy. Is this weekly dividend returns? Yes, it is. No insider, just work in the industry. Okay, that's cool. Uh-oh, two of my broadcasts turned off because the battery's dead. Wave Macy's next crazy. Okay. Some dude is impersonating your profile and messaged me early today. Ooh, I should probably mention that. Some dude, there's 22. 22 scammers pretending to be me. Okay, so if you look up Dividend Stock Talk or That 10-Minute Trader, you'll find 22 people pretending to be me. That is why I always say every night, if you really want to talk to me, send me a phone number and I'll give you a call. However, you got to actually answer your phone. Okay, I called one guy today 4 times and he didn't answer his phone. Same here. Well, I have been into computers for a while, so I like Intel, even though it's been dropping. Yeah, but Intel's looking pretty good this week. Okay? I actually have Intel written down and circled for the week, which is a good thing. All right, so let's get back to TFC. Can we please? Enough for the questions, get back to TFC. All right, so the market maker, the last trade, see it? 36.80. The bid, 36.80. The ask, 36.95. The market maker is going to push it up tomorrow. That's what that means. Okay? So, at 36.80, 36.95, the 37s go for 77. Okay? I would do the 37s personally. That's me. Okay, so let's do the numbers. Okay, bring up my calculator, clear that out of the way. The 37s are going for 77 cents a share. Do you see that right there? The $37 strike price. That's what I can sell it to somebody else for between Monday and Friday. Whoever buys it, they can do whatever they want. If it goes over 37 by Friday, I'm back into cash and I have my money. How much money am I getting? I'm getting 77 cents. Now, I know 77 cents doesn't sound like a lot of money, but let's do the math, okay? For those of you who don't like math, I'm terribly sorry. Okay, math is something you have to deal with on a daily basis. Oh, I forgot to plug that one in. That's why it turned off. Damn it. That's my own fault. Can you show a covered call? Giorgio, that's what we're going to do right now, okay? We're going to do that right now, Giorgio. Hang tight. Now, 77 cents is the premium that I can collect. Now, if I buy it at $36.95 and I sell it to someone for $37, that's more than I paid for it. Now, I'm getting 77 cents a share. What does that mean, 77 cents a share? Well, if that's my profit, I want to see what it is. But get out the crayons. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to divide it by my purchase price. My purchase price is going to be $36.95, and that comes to a grand total of 2%. So here's the thing. You got to ask yourself, do I like Truist? Okay. Truist has its dividend, okay, on the 11th, okay, of May. That's 2 weeks away. Okay, we're on the last week of April tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last week of April. So we want to look 2 weeks out. I want to jump in, grab my 1%, and then get the hell out and move on to the next stock. That's all I want. Okay, and if I buy it at the money right now, $36.95, sell somebody the right, not the obligation, the right to buy it from me at 37, I can collect 2%. So here's the question. What? Absolutely. 2% for the week. So here's the question. Do I like it? Never buy a stock unless you want to hold it long term. Okay? So before you go thinking, hey, 2% is great. Who the hell is Truist? Why am I buying it? No. Do your research. Look up the company. Okay? Do your research on the company. Do I like it? Number one, am I willing to hold it long term? Do they pay a dividend? Yes, they do pay a dividend. Here's the thing. Look at the dividend. The dividend is 52 cents, which is over 1% also. So if I collect one, or well, actually it's 2%, because if I do it at the money right now, okay, at the money it's $36.95. The 37 is going for 2.08%. 2.08% for a week. Means if I buy it first thing tomorrow morning, buy the stock first thing tomorrow morning, sell the 37 call option first thing tomorrow morning, I should collect somewhere around 77 cents. These numbers are going to change first thing in the morning. Okay? So, Maggie, I'm relying on you to mention it first thing in the morning. Now, Maggie, for those guys who don't know, Maggie is one of the traders that trade in the morning group. There's a bunch of us here. Okay? Every morning we get together and we trade. Okay? I'd like 2% for the week. I would. Okay? But I will know better tomorrow morning when we take a look at it. When the market opens. When the market opens, we will take a look at the numbers. When we look at the numbers, if the numbers work. Now, we already looked at the chart, okay? The only thing we're worried about tomorrow morning is what is it going to open up tomorrow, okay? The market maker's already giving us a hint, okay? The last trade on Friday was 36.80, okay? The bid, 36.80, the ask, 36.95. He's pushing it to the upside. That's the clue he's giving, okay? What's it going to mean? Don't know. I can't answer that question tonight. Can't answer the questions of tomorrow until we get there. Aren't we starting early to review? Yeah, we start at 9:15. Market opens at 9:30. Which stock? TFC, which is Truist Financial Corporation. That being said, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now, I did say we would look at Ford. Okay, because somebody mentioned something about Ford. Well, 12.50. Ooh, nice. So your call must expire before the record date. Doesn't have to. I just want it to. I finally just started my first CD. What are your thoughts on CDs? Well, my favorite CD would be Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. And then after that one, I like Elvis's Greatest Hits. And Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. Those are my favorite CDs. Jose Meta's an absolute no. Meta just started paying dividends. I only like stocks that have 20 years or more of dividends. So, Wave, you got to get my idea. If the CD is not giving you 30% or more, I'd say no. Sorry. But I don't like CDs. You're tying up your money. You're giving your money to the bank. What's the bank doing? Well, they're loaning it out at a higher interest rate. And they're giving you crap. What we do if the underlying stock drops and doesn't get sold, continue the covered call? Yeah. I'm going to revert you back to rule number one. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Okay, this is a short-term strategy. However, we're buying stocks with a long-term vision. Okay, don't buy something that you don't want to hold for the long term. Okay, now I have no thoughts on the bank CDs for 2 months. Hell no. For me, that's for me. I would never do a CD to get returns on my money. I'd only do CDs if I had to, let's say hypothetically, do a compensating balance account loan for my kids if they wanted to buy something. I put a bunch of money into a CD, create a compensating, we call it loan, and then they would pay on the loan. Once the loan was paid, I get the money back from the CD to help out my kids. Other than that, I don't like CDs. Show some P&Ls. Oh my goodness, you're one of those people. All right. There you go. You see the number right there? Profit and loss year to date, 13,700. Okay. I would put my money in a CD if I was about to do a long prison sentence. That's an interesting one too. Okay, where are we? Whoops, wrong one. Back here. Days F rare. You can live on that? Brayden, I got 6 accounts, dude. That was just one of them. Okay? Now, I make 1%. Let's go to satisfy your desires right here. This account right here, account number 1, has $117,000 in it. Account number 1, $117,000. 1% of $117,000 is $1,100 a week. $1,100 a week. That's only one account. Account number 2, $200,000 in it. $100,000 cash, $100,000 margin. Over 1% per week. That's another $1,000 a week. Okay, I got 6 accounts, dude. Okay, I live comfortably off of 1%. Any idea on the direction of, yeah, no. Back to here. Wave, James, what percentage on 13,000? Well, 1% a week is $138 a week. What's your website? The 10-Minute Trader. What's the brokerage? Charles Schwab. But this is Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab, which you get to download it onto your computer. Awesome. I like this. Well, Tony, thank you for that. Any dividend stocks in Canada pay 1% weekly. Okay, Diago, you're misinterpreting what's going on here. I don't know of any company that pays a weekly dividend. I don't. The strategy is using weekly options conjoined with dividend stocks. Squirrel, back to Ford. Yeah. Michael, thank you for that. Thank you, Brayden. All right, anyway, let's get back to Ford. Now, Ford is one of my favorite stocks. I call it a fallback stock, okay? Because I like Ford. Why? It's over 100 years old. One, the book value is $14.78, and the current price is $12.14. That's what we're doing Ford, okay? Now, a year ago today, Ford was at $11.96. Okay, you got a triple high at $15.40. What the fudge is an option, a call, and a put? User 27, you're new. Chill for a bit. Hang out. I'm here every night from 9 until 11:30. That's 2.5 hours for you to tune in and to grasp a little bit of knowledge at a time. Not for nothing, Ford has a solid current bottom in the $12 range. Okay. Ford EX date not posted yet. Last year was week number 4, second quarter. Okay. 12 looks good. Okay. Gambling with finesse. Okay. Interesting. Can we get back to the numbers and stuff? Okay. You guys should know by now. If you keep asking questions, I'm going to stare at the questions and not proceed with Ford. Okay. So let's just hold off on the commenting at the moment. All right. So we got a triple top. I love triple tops. Why do I love a triple top? Because, okay, here's why I love a triple top. We, as the buyers, okay, we basically put our foot down and say, oh, hell no, it ain't worth more than that. That's basically what that means. Oh, hell no, it ain't worth more than that. Because if it was worth more than that, it would go higher. But it's not worth more than that. Okay, now, it dropped down here. Now look at the bottom. You have a quadruple bottom down here in November. Okay, let's take a look at the quadruple bottom. Okay, so you have 968, 963, 969, 967. So what does that mean? Okay, basically, we, the investors, saying it's worth more than 960, whatever. Okay, that's, you shitting me? Ford at 960? 4 times. It won't go below 460. I mean 960. There's your bottom right there. We know the top. We know the bottom. Okay, so let's see what the last 90 days look like. Okay, 90 days ago was the 90-day bottom. Okay, there it is, the 90-day bottom, the 90-day top. Okay, and it's dropping down. Freaking awesome time to buy Ford. Let's take a closer look. No one cares. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, Long John, but I like Ford, even if you don't care. The PE ratio for Ford, okay, user 27, too confusing. Okay, can you explain trading for people who don't know? Chico, that's what we're doing. Okay, now you're new here, Chico, because trust me, I remember that name. I'm good with names. What's the dot? I have no idea what that means. Okay, so let's take a look at the last 90 days. That's the last 3 months. Okay, 90 days ago, we're at the bottom of the 90-day period, and that was 1083. Come on, most high school kids can afford $10.83. $10.83 for a share of Ford. Okay, my grandson can afford that. Granted, he's only 4. Okay, I take care of his money for him. That's very nice of me. Okay, so 90-day bottom. Okay, that was 1083. The 90-day top was 3 weeks ago, and that was 1395. Okay, so let's take a look at the last 30 days. Because we see the last 90 days. Look, up, profit taking, 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 up, profit taking. We're ready for another up. We are. We're ready for another up movement. Let's take a look at that. And I like Ford. I really do. Okay, last 90 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Okay, so 30 days ago today, we opened up at 1226. Okay. Okay, 1226. We opened up at 1226 30 days ago. Okay, we jumped up from 1226. We jumped up to the high, and now we're down. Now we're down to the 30-day bottom. But look at the 30-day bottom. It's like 4 days in a row. Ford earnings April 21st, 4th aftermarket. Yeah, I really don't care. Really, honestly, I don't care about earnings. You want to know why, Trader Mike? Why don't I care about earnings? Well, here's the thing. I've seen positive earnings where stocks go down. I've seen negative earnings where stocks go up. Earnings really don't have any rhyme or reason to the movement of the stock. Really, they don't. User 27, Ford Motor PE ratio 1124 for April 19th, 2024. Okay, don't care about earnings. Yep, Matty Bay, I don't care about earnings. Why don't I care about earnings? Like I said, you have positive earnings, stock can go up or down. There's no real correlation between the two. I've seen positive earnings where the stocks go down. I've seen negative earnings where stocks go up. Please explain to me what the correlation between the two are. Because you have the earnings come out, right? Now, let's say hypothetically speaking, let's say they have bad earnings. Are the workers not going to come in because, oh, we had bad earnings, we don't need to come to work? Or are they going to say, well, we had bad earnings, we need to get back and do some overtime to get the production back up? No, earnings doesn't mean squat to the people who actually work there. They really don't. Okay, so no, I don't do earnings. And you're trying to throw another thing into the mix with a trading strategy. The trading strategy is simple. Remember, 9-year-old little girl. You want to get a little more complicated? You can join a different group that I have that's more complicated. And we look at earnings ratios. We look at the PE. We look at all the fundamentals. We look at all that shit. That is not what this trading strategy is. This trading strategy is simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Okay? It was created for a 9-year-old little girl. Please, I'm asking you, stop trying to interject your ideas on what I should be teaching my 9-year-old daughter. Okay? When do you do the other group? Well, Wave, you actually have to be invited to the other group. Okay? You can't get invited to the other group unless you do this one first. And you got to be good at this one for at least 6 months before you get invited to the other one, because the other one has returns between 100 to 200% per year. This one's only about 50% per year. But this one is the simplest one, and if you can't grasp this one, no way I'm inviting you to the next one. It's a little more complicated, a lot more risk, but a lot more reward. Okay, the risk and reward go together. Okay, don't think that risk and reward you can separate them. You can't. Higher risk, higher reward. Yep. Back to Ford. All right. Okay, so what I'm saying about Ford. Okay, now the reason why I don't care about the earnings, because it's not going to change the fact of what it was 30 days ago. It's not going to change the fact of the 30-day high. It's not going to change the fact that you have 4 days in the same area at the bottom. What does that mean, 4 days at the bottom here? Well, that means we, the investors, saying, hey, hell no, it ain't going any lower than that. And what is that? Well, here we go. On the 16th, 1194. The 17th, 1202. The 18th, 1198. And Friday, 1202. All right there. 4 bottoms right there. Okay? Where's it going to go from 40? You got the 30-day high, and then you have the 30-day bottom. Where's it going to go? If it was going to go lower, it would have. All right? So, humbly speaking, let's take a look at seasonality. What does Ford usually do this time of year? This time of year, Ford normally, well, let's take a look at this. This is interesting. Okay, here's where we are now. Okay, 1 week out, 2 weeks out. Okay, but after 2 weeks, look at the drop. Okay, if I'm going to get into Ford, I want to be out either this week or next week. WMB. Oh, all right. There's today. We want to go to the 26th, which is this Friday, and then next Friday. Okay, yeah. I want to be out by next Friday, because here's next Friday right there. Okay? Here's where we are now. Here's next Friday. Okay? That's pretty plain to see. That's where I want to be out. So if I'm going to jump into Ford, I want to be out. Why? Because I don't like what's coming up next. Okay, so here we are. Here's next Friday. And look where we are in the middle of May. Okay? Here's where we are. Here's next Friday. And here's 3 weeks from now. Yeah, I want to be out within this week. So let's take a look at not just at the money, but let's take a look at in the money. Because right now we're at 12.14. Okay, so yeah, I don't like that. And here's why I don't like it. You ready? So I like the 1 year. I like the 90-day. I like the 30-day. I like half of the seasonality, half. But what I'm not liking are the numbers. Okay, now this part's important, right? So pay attention. This part's important. The last trade, 12.14. Okay, the bid, 12.09. The ask, 12.10. Now, what usually happens when the market maker has both the bid and the ask lower than the last traded price? Okay, usually when the bid and the ask are lower than last traded price, the market maker is going to try to push it down. Sorry. Okay, so that there alone, the numbers, okay, these numbers right here, kind of give me an uncomfortable feeling. Okay, now the seasonality tells me to get it out within a week. Okay, so let's see what it looks like for a week. Okay, so if I buy it at 12.10, and I sold the 12s, I can collect 42 cents, but I'm losing 10 cents, remember? So I'm only collecting 33 cents. Okay, so 33 cents, and I divide it by the purchase price, the strike price of 12. That's 2.75%. Now, 2.75% is not bad. However, I'm a little leery of this right here. I would like to see what the market maker opens up at. Because right now, he's giving us the clue that he's going to open it up lower. Is that what I really want to do? Now, don't get me wrong, I love Ford. I really do. And if you've ever been following me, you see how often I buy Ford. Okay, now I'll buy Ford before the EX date because it's got a book value of 14, I think it's 1478. And the stock price is only 12 bucks. Okay? I really don't see the, what do you call it? What does Ford usually have? Or when? When? Oh, let's find out. Okay, April. Tuesday. Oh, wait a minute. That's 23. Hold on. Let's go to 2024. That's an interesting. Because last April, okay, last April, see, April 2023, it had it in week 4. Okay, the dividend was week 4 for April last year. So what is it going to be this year? Let's go to Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance. When does Ford? All right, we're going to check that out, Maggie, because last year it was in April. Yahoo Finance. Here we go. Interesting. Hold on, we're getting there. Ford historical data. Let's take a look at some historical data. Now, Matty boy, you might like this because we're actually looking at some fundamentals. Might make you happier. Looking at dividends only. Let's look at all the dividends. Ford had a labor strike last year. Yes, I'm aware that companies use dividends when the fundamentals deteriorate. Not really. That's against your strategy. Yes, it's against my strategy. Okay, this was never taught to my daughter, but this is to satisfy someone's question. Okay, this is to satisfy someone's question. It's not what I taught my daughter. Okay, so we're just going to figure out when do they normally pay their dividend in the second quarter. Okay, second quarter, April 25, April 25, April 23, April 19th, April 18th, April 27th, April 29th. What was it? April 30th, May 1st, April 30th, April 28th, April 28th. So it's probably safe to say the last week of April. Okay, Matty boy, we're just going to check when the dividend is because apparently it's not showing up for 2024. See, here's April 2024. It's not showing up. All right. Do Tesla. Yeah, sorry, I don't do Tesla because Tesla doesn't pay dividends. What website do you use to see the dividend payouts? Oh, that was Yahoo Finance. Okay, I do my research on Yahoo Finance. Now, Google has a finance, Google Finance. You can always go to NASDAQ. They'll give you numbers. You can always go to CBOE. They will give you numbers. There's a lot of places where you can see these numbers. This is historical data. Okay, this is all the dividends that have paid out, okay, over all the years. Okay, now Ford's been paying for a very long time. Okay, that being said, let's get back to the trading. Whoops, wrong account. Sometimes it's tough having a bunch of accounts. All right, people. Matty boy, if you have money to pay invest, please consult with a reputable source. Hey, I'm going to agree with you 100%, Matty boy. Don't listen to a word I say. What the hell do I know? I'm just reading numbers off the charts. What are your top 3 dividend stocks you like? Well, I like Walgreens, Macy's, and JW&JW. Nordstrom's this year. Thoughts on Walgreens? I like Walgreens, Jose. And we did Walgreens earlier. I'm not quite sure if you were here or not. But I am going to agree with Matty boy. Do your own research. Find a good quality company. And then it goes back to my 5 rules again. Never buy something that you don't want to hold for a long term. Don't buy something you don't understand. Don't buy it unless you really like it and you want to hold it for long term. Second, never sell at a loss. And I kind of hope you don't disagree with me on that one, Matty boy. Okay? I know you like to disagree with me on a lot of stuff. Blue Razor, what would you advise your daughter today to accumulate for the future for growth and dividends? Well, that's a tough one. Because do you want growth or do you want dividends? Or do you want a combination of the two? I would say work the equation backwards. Find out what you want. Then find a strategy that will get you there. And then never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure it has 20 years of dividends and weekly options. Combination of those. Yeah. Would love to hear about your professional background. I don't have a professional background. Okay. I did a lot of stuff. I know how to do a lot. I know how to do almost anything. Almost anything. Okay. I had a manufacturing company for years. Okay. I was in construction for years. I was in the service industry for years. What would be your number one pick for your daughter? I wouldn't. I would encourage my daughter to do her own research. Okay? It was pretty simple. She said, Dad, what do you think? Never buy a company you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure it has 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. Then she would take a look and she would find probably the exact same stocks that I do. I am down a lot on some stocks. All right, Sam G, I have no idea what you bought. I can't help you out. Blue Razor, okay. I like Marvel. So do I. Let's take a look at Marvel. Okay, so as I was saying, we don't know when Ford is paying their dividend this month. Okay, but normally it's the last week of April. Walgreens. I like Walgreens. Educate yourself, folks. I can't agree with you more, Papa Jeff. Okay, so what were we just talking about? Marvel. We're going to take a look at Marvel. I'm down about 20% on Marvel. What to do now? Well, Sam J, let's take a look at Marvel. M-R-V-L. Marvel. All righty. All right. Now, Sam J, I know you've been here for a while. Okay? What's a good stock to invest in this year? Well, there's a whole bunch of those. Vito! What is the minimum to invest? Vito, everyone's different. And really, I can't tell you what to do. And I don't tell you what to do. Everyone is different. You need to find out what number works for you. Here's an interesting question for you, Vito. Interesting question. Kind of interesting question for everyone. Okay? Where is your money now? Okay? Now, I'm assuming you're all over the age of 18. Now, some of you probably in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. Some might even be in the 60s or 70s. I really don't know. Okay? Here's the question. Where is your money now? Do you have it in a 401k? Do you have it in an IRA? If it's in an IRA, where is it? Okay? Is it in an ETF? Is it in a mutual fund? It's got to be somewhere. KHC. Ooh, we don't talk about that one. The wife hates that one. You need to ask yourself a question. Where is your money now? It's got to be somewhere. Okay? Take a look. If it's in an ETF, what ETF is it? And what's in the ETF? SBLK. What do you think about that one? Never heard of it, Blue Razor. Please repeat your 5 rules again. Well, that's easy. Never buy something you do not want to hold long term, because you just might. And normally, people buy stocks to hold for years. That's it. Hey, let's buy some IBM. Great, we'll take a look at it once a year. Every 90 days, we'll get a dividend. That's normally what people do. This strategy here goes totally against everything you've ever learned about investing. Who the hell buys for 5 days? Nobody. Starbuck. Never heard of it. Oh, 5 rules. Does she hate it in a bad or good way? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, make sure it has 20 years or more of increased dividends. Number 4, weekly options. Can you do this in a prop firm funded account? I have no idea what a prop firm funded account is. Is that Thinkorswim in the background? Yes, it is, AJ. I love Thinkorswim. I've been using it for close to 20 years now. Let's go back to Marvel. Okay, back to Marvel. Now, Sam J, what do you get Marvel at? Let me know. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers for Marvel. At this moment in time, 62. The 62 is going for $1.65. Cool beans. All right. Hypothetically speaking, prop firms, yes, you can. I have no idea what a prop firm is. Really, I don't. I like to keep things simple. Now, where you come from, prop firm may be something different. You know, potato, potato, tomato, tomato, you know, water, agua, I see, you know, all means the exact same thing, just different language. And there's Honey out for her evening cigarette, KDL. Never heard of it. Okay, so a year ago today, oh, KDP. Ooh, I like KDP. Does Verizon hit your list? Yes, Blu-rays of Verizon is on my list. A year ago today, 36.67. A couple of days later, at the 30-day, at that year bottom, 36.48. Sorry, misspelled. Yeah, that happens. Okay. The high for the year, 85. I meant 85.76. Okay, great. The last 90 days. 90 days ago today, we opened up. 90 days ago, we opened up at 69. All right. The 90-day high was 85.76. The 90-day bottom was Friday. Ooh, I don't like that. Because I like to stay away from the bottom. Okay? I like the bottom if I can bounce off of it and then take it as an advantage to jump in. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. 30 days ago would be the 21st. Okay, so 30 days ago today, we opened up at 68. All right, now, our 30-day high was 2 weeks later on the 4th of April. So that was the first week of April. That was 76.29. Okay, 76.29. From there, we dropped down to 30-day bottom. I like the 30-day bottom, but what I like best of 30-day bottoms is when it turns. Okay, because you don't know how low it's going to go. It's going down. Is it going to go down tomorrow, the next day, the next day? How many days is it going to go down? Okay, because we, the investors, have not said yet, wait a minute, that's too low. Right now, it's dropping, and it's going to keep dropping until we say, wait a minute, that's too low. Do you use tape reader level 2 and volume for confirmation for an entry to buy or sell? Nope. PBR. PBR is on my list. What about Aerodrome? No, that's not on my list. Okay, 20 years or more of increased dividends. Okay, 20 years or more of increased dividends and weekly options. And Z, you got to give me the ticker symbol because Aerodrome, I have no idea what that is. Okay, it's not like Clorox that I heard of it. It's not like Pepsi or Coke or ExxonMobil or Chevron, a household name. Aerodrome is not a household name. So I would not know what this ticker symbol is off the top of my head. Okay, so unfortunately, okay, as much as I like Marvel and I made money off of Marvel this year, it's not a buying opportunity yet. So I wait to see where the bottom is before I think about either doing a dollar cost averaging down or selling whatever option you can against it. But at this moment in time, at 62.13, okay. Okay, now, sorry to say this because you're not going to like it. Okay, the last trade was 62.13. The bid, 61.90. The ask, 62. So both the bid and the ask are both lower than the last strike price. What does that mean? That means the market maker probably going to push it down tomorrow, which means he's going to sit and wait for it to find its bottom. Okay, once it finds its bottom, then think about dollar cost averaging down. Because the way the market maker has these numbers at this moment, at this moment in time, he's pushing it down tomorrow. XRP, no. Sorry, Benjamin, I don't do coins. Okay, dividend stocks only, and specifically dividend stocks with weekly options and 20 years of increased dividends. Off-face magician. Thank you for following. Are you a day trader or a swing trader? Neither. How about buy opportunity for Verizon or Walgreens? Now, we already did Walgreens. Okay, Verizon we haven't done yet. Marathon Digital Holdings. DG. Okay, Benjamin, you really got to give me the ticker symbol because I've never heard of Marathon Digital Holdings, which means I have no idea. XRP was supposed to the moon 99 years ago. Yeah, okay. Solana Network meme, yep. Don't do coins at all. For your information, screen charts are reading backwards. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. It will help if you flip your screen horizontally. Yeah, it's a little too heavy for me to flip it. Okay, it's one of those old flat screen TVs. You know, the heavy ones. All right, what did you say about Walgreens? Is a good buy opportunity? That one I don't know at the moment. Mara, M-A-R-A. Have you even tried AI for trading? I don't trust computers as far as I can throw them. I write shit down, really. I'm old school. Okay, do you know what a rotary phone is? Have you ever used one? Do you know how to use a payphone? You know, I can come up with a lot of weird shit that I grew up with. I don't trust computers as far as I can throw them. What's your favorite time frame to analyze the market? That's an interesting question. I make AI. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm 42. Yeah, I'm 60. Okay, I've seen some shit you ain't. Okay, can we talk about buying VZ if it's a good buy opportunity? Well, Blue Razor, let's take a quick gander at it. Okay. All right, so Marvel. Again, my wrap-up question on Marvel. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't take a look at the seasonality of Marvel. The maker of Infobot, the first AI bit for stocks, is in my server. Well, cool beans. Removed as mod because he don't text. Well, righty then also. I'm going to go take a look at seasonality here. What does Marvel usually do this time of year? Basically, it just goes sideways. Okay, no biggie. Yay, you're next. Okay. All right, so. Uh-oh. I don't like how Marvel moves as day trade view. All right, new guy. Now, I like Marvel. Don't get me wrong. Okay, it usually has nice premiums over here. Usually has nice premiums. However, the chart is showing a 30-day high here, and it's dropping. Okay, it's going to continue to drop until it doesn't. The trend is going to go down until it doesn't. It's going to get to a point where we, the buyers, are saying, "Hey, that's too cheap. I'm going to buy." It ain't there yet. Infobot is quite a weak IA. Yeah, okay, whatever. Walmart. Yeah, no, we're not looking at Walmart. Wait a minute. Is Walmart on the list for this week? Let's find out. There's your put. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that either because it's been dropping quite a bit. Okay, it's been dropping from 76.23. Okay, I haven't checked it in months. Okay, not in April. Let's go back 1 year. Oh, Walmart. First, yeah, actually, Walmart is on the list. Wait a minute. Okay, Walmart is on the 9th. It's only a 20-cent dividend. And it's 60 bucks. Cool beans. That's a no. What is it that quick? Walmart's a no. Why is Walmart a no? Well, here you go. The current price, $59.50. What's the closest strike price? 60 bucks. What's the 60 bucks going for? 30 cents. That's a 0.5%. No, thank you. Sorry. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. Reason being, the wife just finished her second cigarette of the night, which means she's getting ready to go to bed. And it's her birthday, so I'm going to spend some time with her. So, you guys, for those of you I'll see in the morning, I will see you in the morning. For those of you guys who want to be seen in the morning, you got to join the group. Okay, the group is right there. The10minutetrader.com. live trading right there. That little sticker right there. Have a good night. Thanks again, you guys. Have a nice day. Yep. Happy birthday to the old lady. I will let her know. I'm gonna stop this.